I made some soft oatmeal cookies with icing on top of them. These are so delicious, and I want to show you guys how I made them. So with no further ado, I'm going to get right into it. So I start off with 2 sticks of butter. I put that in a mixing bowl and I mix that up. And this is unsalted butter and it's softened as well. So once we do that, add in 1 cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of granulated sugar. And then I mix that all together. Once that gets well combined and looks like this. And also I did switch to my whisk attachment as well because I should have started with that anyway. You're going to want to add in 2 eggs. Get those in there. And then turn that mixer back on and mix that all together. And using the mixing machine does help everything get well combined and mixed. So I definitely like to use my machine. But now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon of molasses. Once I put that all in there, I give it a mix. Again, everything needs to be well combined. And then we're ready to add in our oats. So I add in 1 cup plus 3/4 of a cup of oats. And then comes the flour. So it's 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Once that is all in the bowl, you guys, I hand mix everything together. Now, this may seem a little rough in the beginning, but just keep on mixing. It will come all together. It just takes patience and a little bit of effort, get your wrist in there. And once it's all mixed, it will look like this. And my friends, you have made oatmeal cookie batter. You're going to want to cover your batter and let it chill for at least 1 hour in the refrigerator. And while it's doing this, you can make your icing. So the icing, I just used about 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. And then I add in some heavy whipping cream. You can also use milk if you want, but I had heavy whipping cream. I don't really like milk too much. Then I also added some maple syrup. So about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and also about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And that's all you need to make your icing. You're going to go ahead and mix it. You can hand mix this with a whisk, or you can use a hand mixer as I'm doing here. So you may have to add in more milk or cream. I went ahead and added more heavy whipping cream as I was mixing. So you will add as much heavy whipping cream as you want as far as your thickness of the icing. So start off with the amount that I said at first, and then as you're mixing it, you'll add little by little just until you get to your desired thickness of your icing. So it's all about your own preference there, but it takes no effort at all. Really, making the icing is super easy, and I love making it from scratch versus buying it from the store because it just tastes 1,000 times better. But this is how it looked when I was all complete, nice and smooth, and it tastes so good, you guys. Definitely add that maple syrup because it enhances the icing flavor so much. All right, and now it's time to bake our cookies. So once you take it out of your refrigerator or freezer, wherever you have it chilled at, I use an ice cream scooper and I scoop out the same amount of cookie dough so that it can be the same size. Once I get it all scooped out, I put it on parchment paper. I definitely recommend using parchment paper or some type of baking paper because this is going to help your cookies not stick to the pan that you're using to bake them in. But once you get them all on the pan, I take them in my hand, take one at a time in my palm of my hand, and I kind of roll it just to format it so that when it spreads in the oven, that it comes out in that nice circular cookie shape. All right, so you're going to bake on 350 degrees for about 12 minutes, and they should come out looking like this. Nice and baked and smelling delicious, you guys. So I let them cool off for maybe about 3 minutes, but then I want that icing to really melt on there, so I don't let them cool off too long. But once you get your icing on there, you can spread it around. You can make it as full of icing or as less of icing as you want it to be, as light of icing, I should say. But this is how they're looking. It does remind you of like your childhood when you used to have iced oatmeal cookies, but these are homemade and they taste so good. I will not lie to you all. I've made this about 3 times already because everyone in my household loves these iced oatmeal cookies. Decorating the cookies, and in this case, putting icing on the cookies, is my favorite part. It's so fulfilling because you get to see the actual ending outcome of your hard work. And look, don't you guys just want to bite these? They look so amazing. And sometimes I actually do make these with my girls that's in the house. I have teenage girls in here and they just love to bake as well. I did, you guys, make some mini ones with a smaller scooper, and that's how these look. So if you want to make smaller versions, you can do that as well. And you can easily put icing on those. I love how these ones, these are like bite-sized cookies. You throw them in your mouth, maybe 2 bites, and they're all eaten up. But this is everything. This is the small ones. These are the medium-sized ones I made as well, and they look amazing. Look at the break of the cookie. Look at that inside. It's so soft. I love soft cookies. It's my absolute favorite. I cannot stand the hard cookies. You guys are there who love hard cookies. No shade to you all, but I just love a soft cookie. And y'all, I was so happy and pleased the way this cookie came out. The texture, the taste, the smell. These are like sell worthy, to be honest. I'm not lying to you guys, but if you love oatmeal cookies, definitely try this recipe out. Everyone in your household will love it. I have all the ingredients in the description box for you guys, and if you try it out, please let me know, comment, and subscribe to the video. I appreciate all of you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.